Hey guys, apologies for the delay. My name is Sanjay, and viewing you are viewing the Engineer Wannabe YouTube channel. I haven't done this in a while, so I went into full newscaster mode. Um, but I am joined by my friend Keith. Keith, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining me today. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Um, Today, I'm gonna talk a little bit about some turbulence in my collection. Um, I was also thinking about two-tone watches and my realization that I've come to with two-tone, and
Interesting.
yeah, and a couple of spontaneous chats with Keith. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes.
Is the realization that you can't take the mocking from your wife anymore?
Well, no, not quite, but close,
Okay.
close. Well, we'll get to it after saying hi to everyone. So, oh, also, quick housekeeping. Sorry, I haven't been around for the past couple of weeks. Um, Things have been really busy at work. Work's been great though, but all my creative energy has been kind of burnt up, and um, yeah, when I got home, I really wanted to kind of spend the weekends with the kids because there was like a significant amount of time where I wasn't even really getting to see the kids. So yeah, that is why. So the past couple of weekends were set aside for the kids. But saying hi to everyone, Corey. I think that was earlier. Yeah, 5:32. Corey was first with a yes. Good to see you, Corey. I don't know if Clayton posted the podcast episode, but Corey and Clayton were on the Watchdog podcast.
Oh, nice.
Um, yeah. Could other topics include spring bars? Says underachieving watch collectors. Good to see you, sir. No spring bars today. Bruno, good to see you. Collection reset two tone. Rolex could be an Explorer two tone in Sanjay's future. Unlikely. Unlikely. Bill K, how's it going? Hey, Kevin, good to see you. Already have a drink in hand. Marcus F, good to see you. Another month, another watch massacre.
What are you drinking tonight, Sanjay?
I have a tea.
Oh, tea. Okay.
Yeah.
It's different every time.
Yeah.
It's always a wild card.
What are you having?
Nothing right now.
Okay. Yeah. I've got okay, so this is the best way to have tea, at least in my opinion, right? Um, I'm from Sri Lanka, so there's this um, what would you call it? Malt powder. Uh, it's just delightful stuff. So I put a couple of scoops of malt powder in my tea and 2 squares of dark chocolate.
Interesting. I've never heard of malt and tea before.
Yeah, it's called Nesta Malt. I'm not sure if that's an exclusively Sri Lankan product, but I love it. It's so good, so good. um, let's see, Chaz is here. Good to see you, Chaz. No, Watch World is a better place. You're too kind, sir. Hey, sympathy for the bezel. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Um, Michael Nauer, how's it going? Sold at 54. No, how could you say that? I'm wearing the 54 right now. Two tone SBH 252. Ooh, that's a beautiful one. Um, FP Wilson, good to see you, sir. AZ Clayton's here. Peter, good to see you. Been missing you, so it's good to see you, Peter. Hey, Reinhard, good to see you. Wolfgang, how's it going? Can I find a host for being late as a moderator? Sorry about that. Um, hey, Kevin Hawthorne is here. Good to see you. Luchbetic Mark. Hope I didn't butcher that. Good to see you. MD Chaz is here. Hey, Thomas Stickers and Watches. Good to see you, Omar. Oh, it's been a while. I hope I didn't get your name wrong. Omar came to mind. So, um, hey, Walt is here. Good to see you. It's a Canadian thing. Happy Canada Day, by the way. Um, One of the best places in North America. Uh,
I forgot to look up what that is. I'm sad to say I don't know.
yeah, I forgot as well. This Canadian does not know what the significance of Canada Day is, other than it's close to the 4th of July, and we
Uh,
like to pose as Americans. So, but no, I'm sure there's a proper reasoning for it. Okay, so um, let's talk about two tone, right? Uh, I think we can leave the collection stuff for the end, but two tone. Um, I went to go see my friend Marcus, our friend Marcus, to return his Cartier Santos two tone. I have not done a video on that. That's the other thing with the channel. I may slow down on videos just for the time being while work is getting settled in. So I Marcus said the right Santos to get is two tone, and naturally I agree. I'm a huge fan of two tone watches. I also think that two tone Santos is the most beautiful of the bunch, although the stainless steel is no slouch. But um, I came to the realization that I've known this. My wife really hates two tone, right? But it doesn't really. I mean, so it's kind of like if I decided to wear baggy clothes and a giant hat turned backwards and my pants way below my waist. And I'm not saying that's the wrong way to dress, right? But um, it's like if I started to do that, I'd be a joke around the house, right? And I realized two tone is close to that for my wife. Like it's the
mm-hmm.
equivalent of me wearing a giant hat, baggy clothes, my pants below, like way too far down low, and giant shoes, and just the way I used to dress when I was a teenager. Oh, very bad memories. But um, so yeah, two tone turns out after some reflection that is kind of how my wife views two tone, and so I don't want to dress in a way that she finds not only laughable, but I don't want to wear something that is not that doesn't look classy to her, um, out of respect for her. So
Mm.
I think two tone is completely off the table going forward.
Wow.
Once I came to that realization, as much as I love two tone, I think out of love and respect for my wife, two tone is gone. It's over, and I'm calling it. Two tone is dead for the Engineer Wannabe YouTube channel. Unfortunately, um,
I feel like my
and
personality is if someone doesn't like something or someone wants me to change something, that then I'll like even go more into that thing, you know? I'll
yeah,
be two-tone Keith,
right.
if someone was really against it, you know? So I mean, maybe we'd different if it was my wife, probably not. But that's unfortunate. I'm in I'm in a watch group, and I won't say who this is, but he was trying on the 36 Rolex Explorer, and I guess his wife thought it looked like a girl's watch. It looked too small, so now he wants the
Yes.
40 millimeter. But I don't think I'd let that change my opinion. I'd
Huh.
continue with the 36. But
Yeah.
everyone's different.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a bit more. I think it's a bit more acceptable. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer here, but I think it's a bit more acceptable when the watch is too small or too large.
Mm,
I think, I mean, too way too large or way too small. Of course, everything in moderation kind of thing is happening, but um, two tone is kind of um, like like bright. Like two tone is very visible. Like a small watch, once you get used to it, it's like under the radar. You could argue that about two tone, but um, I think two tone in general is a bit more loud. That's the word I'm looking
mm.
for. Than say a watch that's too small or a watch that's slightly too big. Um, I don't think I mean, the inclination is to really lean into it. So I get what you're saying, Keith. If someone didn't like something that I liked, that is what you were saying, right? I'm not misunderstanding you. just to
Right.
go all into
Yeah,
it.
go all in, yeah.
Yeah, get a tracksuit with a silver tracksuit with
Yeah,
two-tone, like,
exactly.
gold stripes going down. But yeah, I think, out of and it doesn't make a huge deal to my wife, I should clarify, but, she does always snicker or, there's that, jokey mockery, right? When I'm wearing, Marcus's Cartier Santos, the two-tone, or when I had, two-tone Black Bay 36 or, other two-tone watches like the Tudor Royale. That was especially egregious toward her because of the engine turn bezel. It was really, really loud.
Mm, mhm.
Um, so, yeah, I think out of respect, two-tone is dead.
Y
Which is okay, 'cause, it kind of once that one I put that dog down or, sorry, that's not a very um, I've
It works?
I've yeah, okay. So, once that's gone, like, it's off the table and I've set that standard, I feel like now I'm a bit more honed in,
Okay.
on what I want. So I feel like I'm, like, getting, pointed towards the what I really want and, um, starting to define what I would likely keep. That's the intention, rather than, going into two-tone, like, on an impulse, like, really going after two-tone, which I really like, and then, after a while thinking, "Oh, man, I'm a bit of a joke wearing this watch in my house," uh, and then, falling out of love with it, selling it, buying it again, selling a two-tone watch, buying it again. I'm kind of, the 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 objective is to do it right and to stick with watches now, which kind of leads in well to the next topic. But
Yeah, I will say I was at a concert last weekend, and
yeah,
it's kind of a unique venue. I won't go like too into it, but it's in a wealthy area, and it just happens to be where a lot of people not into the artist will also go who are like from that area. So, watch spotting, I spotted a few Rolex watches. Everything was two tone that I saw, but it all looked
okay.
great.
Yeah,
So,
like Datejusts and
yeah, I think it was all Datejust.
okay,
So, but yeah, it
could
looks good. Didn't
yeah,
feel out of place. Didn't feel, nothing bad to say about it, really.
yeah, like nothing bad to say about two-tone or
Yeah, looks
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
my
agree with you.
my wife, she wears stuff that like she knows I'm like not sometimes not super into. Like, I dress in dark colors. That's basically it. And she dresses like with very loud colors. But that works for her, even
Yeah,
though she knows I'm like not big on some of the outfits or whatever, but she loves to wear them still, and that's good. And everyone's happy still.
yeah, yeah. Well, there you go. Um, yeah, I mean, to be clear, I still think, I'm gonna fawn over like a two-tone Explorer. Like if I see someone wearing one, okay, maybe
It'll
not an
be
Explorer.
back.
Yeah.
There'll be a two-tone back in the collection one day.
I don't know. Like I've set the standard, right? Two-tone is dead. He's been put down out of his misery. Um, so the other benefit now is that I'm not flip-flopping over like when I'm trying to decide what watch I'd like, I'm not flip-flopping over, hey, should I get this watch, which is a better value and it's all steel, versus this two-tone watch, which is not a great value because of the gold content
Yeah.
on it, right? Um, so like I love the S&P 300. I know I can't wear it, so I only partially look at it. But the S&P 300, I think Bobby Legs has been into this too. Um, the two-tone S&P 300, like the rose gold, Sedna gold, steel. It's so beautiful.
Mhm.
And I flip-flop, like, thinking, "Okay, so that's in Canadian dollars, like 15,000 Canadian, or what man, that's double the price of a regular Seamaster. Think of what you can get
Right,
with that
right.
money, right?" Same with, Cartier Santos. It's like 13K Canadian, versus the regular one is 9,500 Canadian. And I now have this bonus pool. Like I'm not flip flopping over two-tone versus say the Breitling B01 41 millimeter Navi timer. Um, yeah, so it's like helping me clarify what I really want, um, which is a nice side effect. The main consequence is that I'm a joke in the house when I when I wear a two-tone. So two-tone is off the table out of love and respect for my wife. Um, but the good consequences, trying to look at this glass half full, is hey, I have more money now because I'm not looking at two-tone.
Yeah, I mean, the only positive to gold, right, is that I like the look of it. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it's heavier, it scratches easier, it's more expensive. There's a lot of negatives to it. So if
right.
you're not looking for that, it's ultimately probably going to work out for you pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat here. Malt liquor says Justin. No, not malt liquor, just powdered malt or something like that. Um, let's see, Canadian thing. Maltese says Bruno. Oh, Maltese. That's good. James, hey, nice to meet you. Watch talk and bonus tea tips. Yep. um, let's see. I'm gonna skip down a bit. Happy Trudeau Day says Dib. Trudeau, Mr. Prime Minister here. Kev with the deep Valentine's Day reference. I have no idea what you're on about here. Garage in Lincoln Park, Chicago circa what? Okay. Do you know what he's talking about?
Yeah, he's referring to the St. Valentine's Day massacre.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know exactly what happened. I know, I think that like the mob was involved. And
The who? Oh, the mafia.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I should know more since I live near Chicago, but
Yeah.
I think I even
uh,
went on a tour where they talked about it, but that was a long time ago.
Bobby says, I feel like a parole officer. I asked Sanjay if he had his 3 watches every week and radio silence the last 2 weeks. I feel like something's happened. Yes, something has happened. Hey, Bobby Legs, thank you so much, sir, for address the collection tree set now. Yes, okay. Let's move on to that. Just quickly going through the chat, and we will. Thank you for the super chat, sir. That's very, very kind. You don't have to. We don't you to buy any watches, Keith. Foolish if you bought any watches. No. MD Chaz, get the two tones. He's just divorce your kids. I'll forgive you in 20 years. No way. Ooh, I know you're joking. But even the thought of that is, oh man. First baggy clothes and big hats. Now he's executing canines. Oh man.
That's Mr. Wonderful saying, isn't it? You take the dog out back and shoot it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't say dog though. He says like the project or the
Oh,
business, right? Um, yeah, like let's take it out back and put it down, and then we'll sit together and drink something out of my Chevalier de Testament or something like that. Yeah. Mark says two-tone Cartier Santos, yada yada yada. Once myself with the collection. No, well, okay, so the collection, right? The point was, Marcus and I talked a little bit. He let me borrow the Santos for another couple of weeks, and the idea was I was going to get my AD to source a medium Cartier Santos, possibly two tone, but I was thinking about this while I was driving there, and I thought two tone is kind of off the table from now on. But went to the AD. This was 2 weeks ago. This is crazy, right? No, 1 week ago. Went to the AD and uh, saw a few watches. I had already planned to purge the entire collection, start fresh. So again, another backstory for that. It was so just so you guys know, collection is decimated. It's all it's gone. The thing was, um, I think Bobby K was correct. I'm completely untethered now since I sold the SPGY 003. I am I am I am I'm completely unhinged. So the watches
In a
were
good way?
in a good way, I would say.
Okay.
The watches meant absolutely nothing to me in a sense. Um, and I think the fact that I had three Grand Seikos, all of which had, varying degrees of issues, in a row, gave me a bit of a jolt, I guess, as well. So, yeah, this was the first time I went into the AD with every single box of every single watch, all in the trunk. It was all there, and they were. I was there. I uh, basically got two watches that day, um, and I kept the Black Bay 54. So one watch you guys don't know about, that I've been wearing a lot lately is well, the one watch that most some of you guys, the friends who I chat with often, they know about. Except Clayton, sorry Clayton, I didn't tell you about this one. This is the Zenith 36 mil Defy Skyline. So this is a recent addition to Zenith's catalog. Blue dial. It's got the um, engraved, what do you call that? 4-pointed star on the dial. Elite caliber 670, I think, in the back. So they got rid of the whole flying around the dial 1/10 of a second complication, which wasn't a complication really. But yeah, so the first watch I got was this guy.
Great
Zenith.
looking watch. I really like that one.
Yeah, yeah. So made getting rid of the Tudor Royale very easy. This is just so much better than the Tudor Royale. It's not even funny, and rightfully so. It's multiples of the value of that thing. So yeah, no Tudor Royale. Uh, this also completely eviscerated my desire for a Rolex Explorer. So I don't know how, but I looked at this thing and immediately thought of the 36 mil Explorer, um, and started laughing, uh, at the AD, just randomly laughing to myself. So I am probably quite unhinged at this point, um, because I'm looking at this, right. Okay, okay. I got to talk about some of the finishing here. Right? So you guys know I really enjoy finishing. Um, I'm gonna go full screen again. Just taking a look at um, that that chamfer or that bevel, the multiple faceting on the dials, different the different polishes, the quality of the engraving. Um, look at the 5-pointed star lines up, guys. Just everything. The movements completely basic. Nothing much to say about that one. But um, just very very nice. The dial is incredible. Loom is decent. Date is in the right spot. Everything is just so good, so crisp, so clean.
Did you
Um,
try the bigger version on? Just to see what it was like?
no, I
Okay.
mean, I think I have in the past. It's been some time, but I remember thinking this is far too big. Like it
Hmm.
was, it eclipsed my wrist. From my memory, I think I tried it on for like 5 seconds and it just went nope.
Oh, okay.
Um, so this one I'll put it on my wrist and give you guys a semi wrist shot too. But I'm sorry to like the Rolex guys. I know like value is retention is crazy and crazy good and stuff like that with Rolex. So I just can't get behind that. Um, this also came with a sweet rubber strap. And yeah, it's I think about the same price retail wise. And I was just like, this is just superior in every conceivable way to the Rolex Explorer. I cannot, other than say value retention, maybe brand provenance, and stuff like that. That doesn't quite matter to me as much. It does matter to me. Like after our conversation last time, uh, trust me, it matters. But the other things are still so much more important to me, and this is just it eclipses, just absolutely just gone past even Grand Seiko. I love Grand Seiko. This is just
So
gone.
did
Out of here.
value retention come into your mind at all while, but like before purchasing this, or did you did that was not a consideration?
Um, it. I thought about it. There was a flicker of, I'm gonna lose my shirt on this one, um,
Yeah. Okay.
but I had a the thing with me resetting the collection was at least starting clean with a fresh slate, um, and with the intent, with the desire to actually keep the watches that I buy from now on. So because of that, I kind of kicked that value retention a bit down. Like
Mm.
the yeah. So it did come to mind. I heard Kevin's voice in my head.
Oh,
um, but yeah, yeah. The intention, right? I'm not saying no, I'm gonna say I'm keeping this one, barring any mechanical issues. I'm gonna say I'm keeping this one. Um, what time is it? 9:30 p.m. Saturday, July 1st,
yeah. Let's
2023.
keep track of this.
Yeah.
What does keeping mean to you? Does
uh,
that mean a year? Does that mean forever? Does that mean 6 months? What does it? What does keep mean?
okay, so barring any catastrophic mechanical issues, like I have concerns, right? So just um, off the top of my head, one concern in the week that I've had it is this quick release mechanism. It is connected to the case, not to the strap.
Okay.
So it's a spring that's housed within the case, and the strap itself, it's super easy to operate, right? You see me do that super quickly. Very feels very good, but there's no mechanism on the bracelet or strap itself. It's just all in the case. There's this button that you push. It pushes up a bar of some sort inside the case. So I don't know how easy that is to service. I don't know what's going to happen in 20 years. Haha. Um, whether I have or do not have this, but the intention is for this watch to grow old with me. Um, and yeah, so barring any mechanical issues, I hope this is it. Um, so uh, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but that's the plan. Um,
I
but
like
yeah,
the plan.
yeah,
You know, I
I
don't
know, I know,
100% believe you, but I
I know.
believe that you believe it.
Yeah,
That's the first
yeah.
step.
I believe. I believe. I mean, okay. So the other thing is, I don't want to say too much, in the sense that I don't think this is a replacement for the Santos, because I do really still want a Santos in my life.
Mm.
Um, but that's like, this has kind of put a wrench in it. It could be the honeymoon phase, as they call it, right? This has kind of put a wrench into that idea that if I did get a Santos, would I keep it? So now I'm being very intentional about everything I get. Has to be something that I intend to keep. I was a bit wishy-washy about that. I know I said it a couple of times, but I was a bit more wishy-washy about that before. Um, so yeah, I'm wondering about the Santos, if that was something to keep. And the nice thing is I can slow a lot down now, with watch purchases. By slowing down, it's relatively speaking, it's not as crazy. But so just to like clarify, stuff that's gone and stuff that are tentatively gone in the collection was the Longines Legend Diver, um, the tutorial's gone. The Omega Planet Ocean is tentatively gone. It's not gone. Um,
Wait, can we get can we get clarification on what exactly that means?
yeah,
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but
yeah. Let me see if I remember. Oh, that's gone. Oh, and the Grand Seiko Snowscape and the Grand Seiko 9F GMT. Um, those are gone. I'd like to get into Grand Seiko if I remember, like my situation with Grand Seiko right now, because
oh sure.
there's no Grand Seiko in my collection, and I'm getting the jitters. Like I don't even have Seiko in my collections. I mean, I have the keepers, so I do have keepers, but I have like the two 34 mil Presages, right? Um, those are still there, but yeah. So the things that are tentatively gone, I think that only that's only the Planet Ocean. So the Planet Ocean is tentatively gone towards the Cartier Santos, or a Breitling B01 41 millimeter Navi timer. So I haven't I haven't put it towards that yet, but it's kind of in its box, um, in like a timeout zone, you know, away from home, just out of here. So I'm pretending like I don't even own it. And so because I bought the Planet Ocean a couple of times, I'm thinking I'll leave it that way for a while, and I can call it back if I feel like, okay, the Planet Ocean is still the one that I want to keep, but it's not looking good for the Planet Ocean.
So is the Planet Ocean the only tentatively sold one, or are there other ones in a state of
Okay, so there is another one, and it ties to the other watch that I got that day. Um, so maybe I'll catch up with the chat real quick and
sure.
get to that. Um, Kevin saying one might say it was a bit of a watch massacre. Uh, Marcus spiked those loners with nanobots, got in Assange's head. Um, Unhinged is a good thing only in Canada, says Kevin S. Unhinged means something different in Canadian. Yeah, kind of like flamboyant, right, Chaz? Means a little something a little bit different to us. I don't know. Chaz says Zenith is really nice. Zenith is sweet. It really, really is. Apologies about the Rolex comment. Uh, Wolfie saying great Zenith. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. Congratulating. And Kevin as well. Thank you, sir. Michael, you got your wish. Um, Mark is saying finally start buying watches in 36. Yes, sir. Um, it was the zenith or the zenith of my watch collecting journey.
Does your AD carry GP? Like, have you tried that 38 millimeter Laureato? Okay.
No, no, they don't.
I'm curious to
I
see what
like
it
the
compares to.
Laureato. I do like the Laureato, but I don't. I think I like the Skyline a bit better
Okay.
in terms of design.
The
Um,
Laureato is, a significant price increase too.
oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it's 15 new, something like that,
Oh, okay.
because they have the copper one out now. I can't remember the exact price.
Yeah. Justin saying that's a wild comparison, probably about that Rolex there. Zenith worth $1,500 I'm trading in. Yeah, don't tell me that. Well, actually, no. Keep telling me that. That's good. It'll make me keep it. I mean, I'm gonna keep it. Don't worry. Um, the Ford F-150 has completely put me off the Toyota Camry. Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying there, Chaz. I know it's like a weird comparison, right? The Rolex Explorer and the Zenith Skyline. Um, I think it's close enough. You know, sports watch, stainless steel. Uh, I'd skewer myself in another stream, I'm sure, but it's screw down crown, all steel. A completely different design language. One is classic, one is more 80s, 70s, 80s. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Keith? Do you think I'm completely lost? I've completely lost my mind in the comparison between this guy and the Explorer 36.
Yeah, I don't understand why they relate so much to you. I mean, they're both 36 millimeter sports watches. Otherwise, there's not a lot that's similar. So yeah, I don't know why one negates the other, but I
Yeah.
don't think
No.
you necessarily do either.
Okay. So my what I mean is that the two watches could coexist in a collection. I'm thinking of
For
more
sure.
like um in my position for that watch, like that watch's role in my collection. Um, I feel like the Rolex Explorer and the Zenith Skyline 36, they would be in the same, like they would be in a similar role in terms of a lean watch collection. Like once if my watch collection balloons, now that I've kind of semi committed to not sell, um, I could see myself owning the Explorer and the Zenith, and then just have multiple watches. I don't think it'll get to a ballooning position. Um, I don't in I intend to slow down, and yeah, I know I hear the hypocrisy in my voice as it
Yeah,
comes out, right?
because I think you're right. Like they would complement each other very well in the same
Yeah,
collection.
yeah. Um, but I feel like in my mind the role for each watch. Maybe there's a part of me rationalizing the whole thing as to not having to get a Rolex Explorer because of the ridiculous price that they're asking for it. But maybe that's the subconscious part of me making the rationalization. But yeah, trying to articulate it is where I'm disconnecting here, but the Zenith seems to have completely eradicated or
Hmm.
erased my need for the 36 mil Explorer or an alternative to that.
Maybe that
Uh,
need will come back one day.
yeah, yeah,
Time will
quite
tell.
possible. I hope not. um, yeah, that's fighting words. As I wear my two-tone Explorer. Oh, congrats! I didn't know you had one, Omar. That's exciting. Colin, happy that you're happy, Sanjay. It is, it is well made, right? It's a well made watch, um, and I will wear it in good health. Um, you can only compare Zenith to Rolex because Sanjay never put watch in service. Okay, yeah, I kind of poked fun at the LVMH service center, like the odd debacles that we've heard of. I don't know if you've heard of some stuff, Keith, from LVMH, but I feel like every service center has their issues, right?
Yeah, I
Um,
haven't heard that. Um,
yeah, there's like the
interesting.
El Primero movement. And there, wasn't it El Primero? It was some. Um, I think Periscope did something on it, but they swapped movements, and it wasn't the right movement. They didn't document the movement being
Hmm.
swapped, and just weird, sketchy stuff. Um, but I'm coming from Grand Seiko, which does sketchy stuff at service too. So
Yeah, yeah, which
allegedly,
I've heard. Yeah.
allegedly. um,
Like, every YouTuber thinks they could get out of anything legal, any kind of
but they
legal
allegedly.
action, but is saying allegedly.
Yeah. The first time I heard that was actually the Scottish Watch Channel guys when they were uncovering the whole um,
Oh, yeah.
horology house Daytona
Yeah,
thing, and
yeah,
they kept saying allegedly with their
yeah.
Scottish accents. They said it so much it just got burned into my head. So I've been saying it since then. I miss those guys. They were good together, Rick and Ricky. What
Yeah, I
happened?
actually listened to that episode, but I don't normally listen to that podcast, which is funny that you bring that up.
Yeah, two-tone Explorer is off the table for good. Yes, sir. Um, nobody's selling the Defy 36 in dealer formats because nobody's buying one except Sanjay. Yeah, yeah. Apologies if you hear fireworks. It is the 1st of July here, so um,
Whatever that means.
yeah, we're setting the collection with the Toxic Defy. That's not the inner Kevin. That's method Kevin for you. Kevin, did Kevin say something?
No, he's just talking
Value.
about you heard your inner Kevin when you were
Oh yes,
at
yes,
the
you're right.
AD.
Yeah, kick the value retention down a bit for sure. Um, Zenith. I think Zenith has. I think Zenith has updated to 5 years. I'm at least that's what I was told at the AD, because I do remember asking about that. They laughed at me because I don't keep my watches for 2 years or 5 years.
Yeah, how often do you
But
ask about that normally?
yeah, I never
Probably not.
ask about that. But they genuinely, like, from the gut, laughed when I asked about the warranty. um, Heirloom piece. Yeah, there you go. About Canadian Thanksgiving 2023. There you go. Yes, I am Grand Seiko or Grand Seiko free. HMS Grand Seiko, the USS. I've been really getting into um, sub stuff, submarine stuff recently, for obvious reasons. What's happened in the news, but I've been yeah, weird tangent. I'll stop. I won't get into that tangent. um,
And the interesting is, even the watches you're talking about possibly in the future, none of them are GS.
yes, yeah. I'd like to get in that. So Colin said I thought Sanji was going down the ship, but he just cut the line. Women and children. um, oh, that's good. GS isn't infinitely valuable. You are absolutely correct, Chaz, but you are infinitely valuable. GS isn't. Wolfie saying Samandal Laureato 30. It was a bit underwhelming in the middle. Okay. Bobby K says I really feel everyone should have an anchor in their watch collection. Otherwise, they become untethered or flip a lot. I hope the Zenith is that. Really felt it was the SB2i003. You're right. It was the SB2i003. Another thing I was thinking about was like sunk cost fallacy. Not quite the sunk cost fallacy, but I felt like I was kind of in that mode, like because I had a couple of Grand Seikos, I felt like I had to have this other Grand Seiko. You know, it kept coming to, like, my collection is, in a sense, it was holding me down. So that was kind of another catalyst to me going, let's blow it up. You know,
Let's
Alex
see
saying, "What's
here.
the oldest watch you own now?" It's the Black Bay 54, which is bizarre. That was only last month. Well, technically a Planned Ocean. I haven't sold the Planned Ocean, right? Okay, so the other watch that I picked up, okay, which is the problem with the Black Bay 54, whether or not I'm keeping it, I want to keep it, but I also have this other watch, which is a Black Bay 58 bronze. So yeah, I've
Well,
been
I do
wearing
have.
this a lot of detailing, and it's got a nice patina. I reset. It's not new, so it's new to me, but it was pre-owned. So I reset the patina using what do you call it, denture cleaner, because it has citric acid and it has baking soda, and it's just, yeah, through a couple of tablets of denture cleaner. I actually went out and bought denture cleaner for that. I didn't already own denture cleaner. I don't
Nothing
know.
wrong if you do.
No, nothing wrong if you do. I'm just not there yet. I'm sure I'll get there. But um, yeah, so Black Bay 58 bronze versus Black Bay 54. I think these can coexist. But now, yeah, it's still that, do I keep both? Or do I get rid of the 54? I really enjoy the Black Bay 58 bronze with the T-fit clasp. So the issue with my original Black Bay 58 was the clasp length. So here, with the Black Bay 58 bronze with the T-fit clasp, they kind of fix that clasp length. It's more proportional to everything. So with the original Black Bay 58 bracelet, the clasp was around 52 because there was also a link that didn't articulate on this side of the clasp. So this one articulates a bit more. You can still see it's like stiff, but it at least goes over, right? Um, so that's the other watch, Black Bay 58
I did not know
bronze.
about that one, I must say.
No,
That's a
no,
surprise.
no.
That makes me think of, Watchdog Clayton, because I think
Yes,
I don't think he
yeah,
has that anymore, but he had that for a while.
he did. He did. That's kind of why I was endeared to it. Um, so yeah, I had 3 watches in my official collection: 2 Tudors, 1 Zenith, no Grand Seiko. Grand Seiko's um, okay. So one more thing. I feel like I've been talking about myself a lot. It's been 2 weeks, so apologies, Keith. I
Now, a
feel
normal
like
person, 2 weeks is nothing to catch up on collection-wise, but for you, it's completely changed everything.
right. Um, Sir Grand Seiko. Grand Seiko makes great watches, right? They're
No
just
doubt.
they're just not perfect, and no watch is perfect. They're just compromised to the extent. Now that I have like this additional clarity, they're compromised to me personally. Like if I had a slightly bigger wrist, maybe 6.5-inch wrist, this wouldn't apply to me. I would have kept the snowscape, or a flatter wrist even. I would have kept the SLGH 013 because I think that is one of the ultimate Grand Seikos, um, because it's got a nice thin 44 GS case, exquisite movement, the 9S A5, um, decent bracelet, cool ever brilliant steel. That is almost the ultimate. That is one of the ultimate Grand Seikos. There are some dial variations where you could swap out there, but um, but for me, it's just still a compromise. I'm still settling. It's still too big for me. Um, to like I can still pull it off, but it's just me still settling. And with like this newfound clarity, I feel like I just can't settle anymore. And there literally is no Grand Seiko where I can honestly say that I'm not settling. Including the SPGY 003. Um, I would be in a sense settling because it is still kind of too large for me. Um, I could say like the SBGX 343. Those are the 9 of quartz 34 mil watches. Again, a very very like close scenario here. This is just me and me alone, right? Other people, most people have a wrist that's bigger than 16 centimeters. So for them, it wouldn't be settling. It wouldn't be a compromise. But for me, it still is a compromise.
So just to
Um,
catch up everyone, just to, summarize what you're saying right here. Any Grand Seiko currently available today would be settling for you. There's no good Grand Seiko for you.
yes, there is no no good Grand Seiko for me. There is all Grand Seikos, not all the Grand, a lot
I
of
don't
Grand
even know
Seikos
you
are.
anymore.
I just didn't want to come to this conclusion, and I have unfortunately come to the conclusion where there's just, oh, what was close is I mentioned this when we were chatting earlier this week, but the SBGW 289, I forgot the reference again. Was it 289? Um, the yes, that's the one. So the SBGW 289, it is so close to being that no settling Grand Seiko for me. This is the 36.5 millimeter spring, not spring drive, but manually wound 44 GS case with a pink dial, light pink. Um, that is so close to not being settling, but then they put those awful hands in there, and I know, like they're just hands. I'd still be settling. So I can't. There's just no Grand Seiko. What's wrong with you? you could you could have had the perfect watch, but
Because
they didn't.
inevitably they'll have 30 more releases this year,
Yes.
and they will all just be settling based on what you're saying. You
Yeah.
might be done. You might be done.
No, so I'm not. I don't have any intention to buy a Grand Seiko at the moment. But fingers crossed, that roulette wheel or that what do you call those? The slots, the casino things where they pull the handle and the wheels spin. What are they called?
Slot
That's not a
machines,
roulette. Slot machine. Thank you. Thank you.
where they have the slots. What's
Yeah.
that called again?
So I'm hoping Grand Seiko pulls that slot machine lever and the right hands, the right movement, and the right case align up, and I get to have the no settling Grand Seiko. Never settle. Who says that? That's like a brand thing, right? Never settle. But
Never settle. Nothing's ringing a bell.
yeah, go your own way. That's Oris. Born to dare. That's Tudor. Grand Seiko doesn't have a slogan.
What about Kevin and I were talking about this recently. He brought this up. What about
uh,
this guy? It was a 37 millimeter.
yes, yeah.
That seems like it would
Um,
be good for you, right?
it's pretty good. I'm still settling there. So it's from what I remember, it is a little thick. And I don't know. Something Dib said about that dial. It's been hard for me to put out of my mind.
I think it's a
Um,
good looking dial.
it's a good looking dial. It's just that's one of the little things. Like I can get over that, but it is a little thick for a small watch. That's a 37 mil watch. It is very close. Um, but I would be settling because it's still not the 44 GS case. I desperately want it to be a
Oh,
44
okay.
GS case. But it's you know it's okay, right? It's a good watch.
It looks good to me.
It's a nice watch.
I was gonna say because there's that other version that has a different dial, but I guess the thickness would still be a problem. But there, the different dial.
Yeah,
That
that one's
clue.
actually quite ugly.
Oh, okay.
In my in my opinion, I'm I don't like the sunray brush dial with the blue. It looks super cheap. It looks I saw it in person. I thought it looked really cheap. Um, the other issue with that is that yeah, I'm not gonna say it, but the automatic font. I did say it. The automatic font is egregious. It looks so bad.
I think, yeah, I think you just if you have to nitpick that bad, then it's just not for you right now.
Yeah. Okay. I'm the
Because I'm
nit.
sure you could find something on the tutor you just got that you maybe you're not big on, or maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I can't.
Oh,
Um.
okay.
Yeah. I can't on the. I can't. I can't on the Black Bay 52 bronze. Other than maybe the patina. Like I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna look like. Right. I have an idea because I reset the patina on this already. Um. And with the high humidity detailing world, um, it's already darkened, and I think it's a nice very subtle darkness to it. You know. But I I I don't have anything bad to say about the Black Bay 50 bronze. I don't quite have anything bad to say about the Black Bay 54. Um, I have a lot bad to say about that the pale blue Grand Seiko, right? That dial is like in my opinion pretty ugly. Um, the other one though, like the high beat version, SBGH 37. I can't quite remember the reference number, but that cloudy dial one, that one is not bad. It's just not a 44 GS case, which like we're looking at a really narrow scenario here, which is just the perfect watch for me from Grand Seiko,
Mm-hmm.
where I wouldn't be settling. Uh, I I'd like a 44 GS case, please,
Okay.
please. Or 62 GS. I'll take
But
62
you have
GS.
44 GS, not in 40 millimeters. You
Yes,
need it a
yeah.
little bit smaller.
Well, they already have it. They already have the tooling to do it. Like, come on, Grand Seiko, 36.5 millimeter. It's right there. Just put the right hands. Man, I really am getting unhinged. Um, so
It's
yeah,
funny because the knock on Grand Seiko is they have too many choices, but the positive they have something for everyone. But it turns out the one person they don't have something for is one of the biggest Grand Seiko fans there is.
yeah,
So,
yeah, and it's
wow,
gonna
this
be.
is
I will sing Grand Seiko's praises like for finishing. I am my confidence in them is a little shaken with the past three Grand Seikos that I've had, like in terms of quality control, just purely quality control. But other than that, like their finishing is excellent. Um, yeah, you've heard me say this a million times. I don't need to rehash it. Um, but yeah, no Grand Seiko, no desire for one until they come up with it.
this is
uh,
like a channel rebranding that's happening.
yeah, yeah.
This used to be the safe space for Grand Seiko fans, and no longer is that the case.
No, it's still safe space. Still safe space. Still excellent. The ultimate watch is the SLGH 013. Beautiful watch, excellent watch. It's the perfect Grand Seiko. It is the perfect Grand Seiko. Just not for me, you know? um, okay, let's catch up here in the chat. Uh, Watching, am I in the Matrix? I think I took the red pill. The blue pill. That's good. Um, we need a chart diagram. Planet Ocean gone or not? It's not. It's not gone. It's
It's a timeout.
it's practically gone. It's in the timeout. Yeah. No. Chances are good. It's gone, but it's just not transactionally gone yet. I'm still under ownership of the Planet Ocean. If that helps.
And just to confirm, any other watches you haven't mentioned are you still under ownership of,
No,
or is the
no,
Planet
that's it.
Ocean okay?
That's it. So yeah, I think so. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
not even the Legend Diver, anything like that.
No Legend Diver.
Okay.
Everything else is gone. So basically, SLGH 013 went towards the Zenith, um, and it's all like nominal because I was only looking at dollar values and not anything else. But the 9F GMT, the Legend Diver, and this one Tudor Real went towards the Black Bay 58 bronze.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of a consolidation there. So I'm still under ownership of the Planet Ocean, but I'm trying to decide if I want Cartier Santos with that, or if I want to go like full crazy and go with like a Breitling Navitimer, which I've always wanted. But I don't know if that would be a keeper. So I'm kind of like stuck here. It's Cartier Santos or Navitimer, kind of gambling. So yeah, it gives me a bit of time to.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe that the Breitling will be a keeper,
Yeah,
especially because one, it's 41 millimeters. Although I apparently it wears small. I'm not familiar with
yes.
that. And you haven't been much of a Breitling guy. This seems like so out of nowhere. But maybe I mean,
I'm
this is all a full reset. Maybe I don't even know you anymore, so who knows? I don't know what's going on.
it. I'm not a Breitling guy, except recently I'm more endeared towards them with their new Super Oceans. So I know a lot of the diehard Breitling enthusiasts did not like the new Super Oceans, but um, I think the new Super Oceans are really nice, and the new Navitimers, like the 41 mil Navitimer with the B01, it does wear a lot smaller than you think. So you should try one on. I know 41 sounds scary, and I
Mhm.
thought so too, but when I put it on, I thought it was 38 until
Okay.
I was like, is this some new model or something? But yeah, turns out it's 41. Marcus F here saying Grand Seiko makes watches for nobody. The case is medium quality price. Okay, but except for their new watches with the 9SA5 and the 9RA2, 9RA5. Those watches are thinner. Bracelets are better. Yeah, so I think their prices are a lot higher, but but I think those are the ultimate Grand Seikos for the mass majority of the population. Those would be perfect. Someone spiked my water bottle, says Chaz. Urine test, says Bobby K. Bobby Legs says, I took the kids to see Elemental today. This is way better. What's Elemental? Is that a new movie? Disney? Pixar?
I'm not sure.
Where did Great Seiko touch you? It's Colin. Basic Instinct. The snozberries taste like snozberries.
You were right. It's Disney.
Is it?
Yeah. Pixar, Disney.
Yeah, might be a stream or a discussion that I can just sit with you guys and talk with the chat or anyone who might be on the panel about whether I should go, abandon the Cartier Santos and go Breitling Navitimer, whether I should keep two Tudor Black Bays in the collection, or just keep the Black Bay Bronze, because I feel like the Black Bay Bronze is better than the Black Bay 54, ever so slightly. So if I were to get rid of one, it would be the Black Bay 54, which would, complete the collection reset. Let's see. Grand Seiko is furiously working on a 31 millimeter two-tone diver to get Sanjay back. 31. Oh man, don't go that far. Getting 36 millimeter Zenith is just watch Nirvana. Not a flaw in that watch. Not honestly, Kevin. Other than the fact that there is that stupid mechanism inside the case, who thought of that? Like why would you put an integral part of the watch, like consumable part, onto the head of the watch? Like has anyone else done that? That's bizarre. Other than that, this is c'est magnifique. It might as well be Philippe Dufour. It's just so good. Audemars Piguet. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm overtired. Tommaso has a video up today of the 38.5 millimeter gold one. Oh boy, that is nice. It is very nice. I think the SPGY 026. But yeah, it is beautiful. Jonestown reference. Colin saying Sanjay will be in a Rolex before the end of 2024. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. I'm becoming increasingly not antagonistic towards Rolex. I'm being more comfortable with laughing at Rolex in a sense. Like again, I mean no disrespect to anyone, especially you, Colin. If you love that watch, that is the watch to get. Price, whatever the price be. But for me, I don't know. I just don't see it. SBGH 311 says Kevin S. That's the one. That's the good one. Keith is a crack dealer trying to pull Sanjay back in. That's what the Grand Seikos are getting. Colin saying stop showing that rubbish. Oh, I'm sorry, way behind on the chat. I guess we're at the end of the stream, so time is up. Colin, no disrespect taken, says thank you, sir. I mean no harm when I say those things. I think Rolex is collective comfortably laughing at Sanjay. Yes. That's good. Keep laughing at me. Yeah. So, guys, I'm sorry I missed so much of the chat. I had so much to talk to you guys about. It's hard to keep it all in the past couple of weeks, but yeah, it's been so much fun chatting with you all. Keith, especially you, thank you so much for spending some time with me. It's good to see you. And
yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Do you have anything you'd like to plug or promote for this week?
I don't think so. No,
No.
nothing.
Yeah, Watch Soup tomorrow. I believe is still on. I'll have to check with Mr. Legs. But other than that, guys, thank you for spending time with me. You are with us. You are infinitely valuable. You are precious and worth it. You really, really are. And we'll see you guys next week. Happy Canada Day. Or wait, see you tomorrow. Good night.